Hey there, fellow green thumbs. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival. Episode 34, Expanding the Furrowed Farm. And I had mentioned... Oh yeah, that's 8 and 9. I had mentioned wanting to... You know what? I actually like the aesthetic here. Of like the gate. Does gates work like that? Not really. We could make this look not stupid, though, I think. If I raised the fence on either side. And then had, like, a high gate. I'm not going to say it looks awesome. Maybe that one, too. But that way we can have, like... It definitely looks unique. I'm not going to say it looks amazing, but it certainly looks different than I've ever seen anyone else make gates. And for that reason, and that reason alone, I'm keeping it. Oh, for the love of... Oh! Ah! Okay. Yeah. I actually really like the aesthetic a lot. A lot more than I thought I would. I needed a hammer and chisel. So we can fix the ramp, and then we'll do the other stuff. There. Now it looks like steps, and not like a big block to bang your shins or whatever. Why'd I plant a cap tree there? Stupid past me. What was I thinking? So I'm going to bronze smith up some farming tools. Because I don't want to be breaking my hoe and shovel like every 2 seconds as I expand the farm. We have molds, and I think all I'll do is make a batch of a larger batch of bronze, so that I have like 2 spare ingots for whatever other tasks we need. So let's make some bronze. 36, 70. Okay. Oh wow, I have like 61. Okay, and then what? 8. I think this is the ratio for tin bronze. Yep. Oh, hello. Preheat it a little bit with firewood. And fire it up. You almost forgot about the chisel mechanic? Yes. And not only that, like, you can have inlays and, you know, you could do crazy things with the chisel mechanic. So just as a for instance, like if I wanted to spruce up my front, section of the base here. Oops. Because a little detail goes a long way. There. It's pretty easy, and I can put it back too. Yeah. I'm not going to do much more of that. I'm going to focus on the task at hand. But, yeah, I mean, you can make things look nice with very low effort in this game, which is amazing. I'm going to need more charcoal, aren't I? Because I have 3 nuggets. I wish Cassiterite looked visibly... Oh, and I've been putting my andesite in the wrong spot. I wish Considerate looked visibly different than charcoal. So for this here, I'm going to keep the pathway. So because of the Furrowed farmland distance, I think we'll have a 3-wide path where the fences are, and then continue the farm on the other side. I think that's a better pattern. And before all that charcoal that oh god, my shovel's about to break. Before all that charcoal burns up, let's make sure to get enough to actually make the ingots. That should be fine. Onyx, thank you for the resub. So just waiting for that to heat up, and then I'll pour it, and then we'll I'll start earth moving with just like flint tools in the interim. But the plan is, just to reiterate, to have rammed earth, a 3-wide path of rammed earth here, and then for the furrow farm to continue on the other side. Which I may have screwed up putting the rammed earth where I did here, but I'll fix it if I can. I don't know. We'll see. I know I'm going to be making a shovel, but I just can't wait. I'm going to make a flint one now. And Viking, thank you for the resub. I must ask, what is a Viking pastry? I'm trying to think of, like... It's a Danish, right? I'm trying to think of a pastry specific to Vikings. And if you're going to tell me it's a Danish, then your sense of humor is as bad as mine is, and I love it. It is Danish because you're Danish? Yes! I knew it. Alright, the ingots might be ready. Checking on that. Oh, yeah. We can also consider some other farm tools in the process, like if we wanted shears. But a hoe and a shovel is going to go a long way, so I'm not constantly flint napping new ones. Because having to flint nap every like 3 minutes for a new shovel is annoying. What the heck? Okay. Some duplication item glitch or something that then resolved itself? I don't know what that was. There. I think that looks rather nice. Now, unfortunately, I did not include a way to get to the kitchen. So maybe when I harvest this stuff, I'll replace it with a 2-wide rammed earth path over to the kitchen, so I'm not like constantly just running on my farm. Because that's a little weird if that's a pattern to continue forever. One of the other things I'm going to do is the new farmland. I want to be high fertility soil where it matters. So continuing this pattern, this is going to be... And I'd love to make terra preta. So for those, to back up a little bit, high fertility soil is the best kind of soil that you can find out in the wild. And then if you want it even better, you can mix it with compost and bone meal. You can mix compost, bone meal, and charcoal to make terra preta, or you can mix bone meal, compost, charcoal, plus high fertility soil to make terra preta, which is like the highest fertility soil. I don't really have the compost to make terra preta, so terra preta ain't in the cards for this round of farm expansion. But that could be something that we aim to do next time. Because I have 2 spots of known high fertility soil. I have where I am now, and then we found high fertility soil somewhere else. I forget where it was. But we found it before. And I can circle back to where we found it and go grab it too. So for the actual furrowed farmland, I'm not going to bother with high fertility soil, which is this middle strip. So this middle strip I'm going to leave just standard soil, because we'll furrow that. And hopefully the furrow will work once this is done. So we'll have high fertility, high fertility, high fertility, and then this will be another medium fertility with a furrow. And time to bring another shovel. I don't think it was when we went to go explore for lime. It was closer than that. It's in here somewhere. I forget how I marked it down, but I definitely marked it. I distinctly remember marking it. And then I, of course, forgot. It was probably a lump. Was that it? No, that's meteoric. Maybe you're right. What I can do is I don't really need to be moving berry bushes, so getting rid of the old berry bush markers makes a whole lot of sense, because it just sort of pollutes the map. This meteoric will recolor to white. Okay. Are my ingots solid? Nope, still soft. Another flint shovel then. All of my tools are just like on the verge of breaking. Or my stone, or flint tools, I should say. You know what? It actually might make no sense for the rammed earth to run this way, along the fence. So eventually to replace here with rammed. I think I'll do that instead. It is so nice to have that well water, as I'm sure you've noticed. Not having to boil water regularly is a real saves me from a constantly being having to cut down new fern trees for firewood or whatever else, right? A real godsend. And we have 20 liters of water down there already. Nice. So here's the high fert soil, which we're going to transplant for farming purposes. And I'm also going to pair this with fertilizer. So the plan is to plant only potassium crops on this high fert soil. So this high fert soil is going to reserve for K. Mostly flax, probably. Because we need flax more than really anything else. Now, one of the reasons why I haven't started like building a chicken coop or trying to tame, like, not that I even know where sheep are. One of the reasons I haven't tamed sheep is I don't have the armor for it. They would just kill me. But one of the reasons why I haven't gone with to try to get some chickens is, like, I don't have anything good for chicken feed yet. You know, I wouldn't really consider going for chickens until I had a reasonable amount of grain for them to eat. Because there's no point in taming animals and then having them, like, subsequently starve to death. Because I was ill-equipped to take care of them. Is there a boiling tank for water? It depends on the mods you add. Not in my mod set, but in the... there are mods for it. Although, to some degree or another, technically the distillery can boil stuff, I guess. But you don't... you boil off the water. You're not really boiling the water. It's a bit different. So it looks like the automatic marker for high fertility soil is purple star. Oh, it's down here. I'll pin it as a brown star. So I think that's all the high fertility soil that we have in the spot. 54 of it. That's pretty good. And the thing is, once I put it down, there's no, like, backsies. Like, once you till it, you can't get it back. So you can't undo it to make it like Terra Preta. But the reason I'm doing this is I'm making the choice of, like, not waiting for Terra Preta, you know, because that, who knows how long that might be. I'd rather have good farming now than perfect farming later. And this will be another run for a furrow. So in the last of the high fertility, 9 of it. 1, 2, 3... we'll go right here. Okay, cool. Because I've done most of the shovel work already, I think what I'll do is... I'll make it anyway. So... time to make some tools. Alright, enjoy the lurking. Thanks for stopping by, Stash. Hope you have a wonderful day. Any rain and that would not work, but it's a tiki torch. I'm actually going to intentionally put the fish back to replenish stocks. I'm not really sure you can... Well, who knows? No, if you throw them back, it's supposed to help. So, I'm helping. Alright, we'll try to break this hammer, I guess. Ow! Oop, wrong hands. Step backwards. So this one's going to be the hoe. We could also potentially use the scythe, too. But, you know, yeah, there's the shovel. I'll just do this shovel. I'm staring at it. So there's our tin bronze shovel. Nuggets, I'll just stack back. And then the hoe. Oh. Ah, I see. Been a while since I made one of these, and the pattern's a little different. Where you kind of have to move, like, correct voxel metals to get it right. Alright, I think that's it. Flip. Flip. Oops. What was I doing? Perfect. Knowing that I have Smithing Plus, like, my paranoia for errors goes down a lot, which is sweet. Alright. Time to hoe. Oh, lantern. So the plan is to put this... Well, okay. This is mostly going to be for flax, so that we can get moving on mechanical power. And then I'm going to want to get saltpeter and well, you know what? We might as well break our old hoe. Fertilize all of the all this area as well, so that it's high fertility and been fertilized. That's the plan. Was furrowing always baseline? The furrowed farmland is not. That's modded, but you know, tilling is obviously base. But I really like the aesthetic of the furrowed farmland, which is why I'm using it. It's like not even meta. I just like the way it looks, which is why I use it. Because it's not perfect moisture. That's a good new row. So we'll have to head back into the cave and dig up some saltpeter to really make the next batch of flax thrive. The first batches of flax we had were just like impromptu speed, you know, just trying to get it done, get it quick. And now I'm trying to do it right. I'm gonna have more plots than flaxseed. So another thing that might pair with this task is to go find wild flax and like harvest the hell out of it so that we can just completely expand our flax. I could plant other K crops. So this is a P crop and rice is K. So maybe what we'll do is I'll do 2 rows of flax and then a row of rice because I wouldn't mind food grains. So I'll do rice here. So we need 7. Sweet. Hey, Fred. Thank you for the resub. And then I am out of high fertility soil, so this will just be normal soil. And this is going to be the extent of the farm expansion. And then there is, of course, room for... Oh, you know what? Yeah, no, this could be rammed earth. All that's important is that we don't have any like naturally growing grass once I'm done. Because grass can invite rabbits in and that's a pest. So this is the scope of what we're working on right now. Yeah, soybeans were also a K crop. I was going to hold off on growing them, mostly because I have a lot of easy access vegetables. All the oak forests around me are just like so mushroom laden that like K crops are just not an issue. What is an issue for me is grain. I don't have a lot of grain. Because there isn't like an abundance of wild grain growing, whereas there's an abundance of wild mushrooms everywhere. So, to that end, I was going to prioritize grain on the high fert stuff. Because in terms of my satiety, vegetable will go back up once I start eating that soy. My fruit is pretty good, but that's only because I just had berries. But now I'm actually making bees and honey. Protein is always going to be really, really high because I hunt. But grain satiety is like by far the worst. And flax doesn't feed very well. Flax is the worst grain for like grain satiety, so the plan is to get as much rice and I don't know if spelt is a good call though, because spelt is like a kind of a cold grain. Same with rye. Well, spelt is not as much as rye, but I suppose that would be the concern. So this is the extent of the farm expansion. I like it. We just need the seeds for it. And the fertilizer for it. And then we'll be able to take another task. Looks like I need to do some cooking. So speaking of grain satiety, or vegetable satiety, let's cook up some soy. So for that, we'll use the jug and use pond water. Because it's getting boiled anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it's pond water or not. The only time the quality of the water matters is if you are drinking it, not boiling it. Obviously, in a soup, it boils. Oh, that's not valid? Soybeans can't be in a soup? Yes. Meat stew, scrambled eggs, vegetable stew. So I would need other vegetables first. That's fine. I'll go get some mushrooms. Because I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have any vegetables in here that I can add to it. Alright, do a little foraging for the food. That's weird. The automap marker marked down my, like, soil that I was tilling as, like, high fertility soil. It's like, yes, I know. I put it there, in fact. You needn't remind me. No miso for me? That sounds good. A future goal, to get enough to make, soy sauce. Ferment up some, oh, I guess there's more mushrooms up this way. Ferment up some soybeans. Okay, not eating those, because I'm not an idiot. More funeral bells? Ah, here we go. Righty. Rice and spelt best grains? Yeah, well, like, as far as the game's concerned, everything is on equal footing except for flax, I think? Is that right? Spelt grain is 60. Rice is 75 sati. Oh, flax is 30 sati, so it sucks. Rye is 60. Amaranth is 60. So I guess, and sunflower is 60. I guess rice is the best. I think it's, is rice is flexible though? Rice grain? I mean, it can make rice flour. Yeah, it might be as flexible because the dough can, yeah, all right. So rice is meta. I don't really care what meta is. I can plant as much as I want. It's not like I have a finite amount of plots, so it doesn't matter how efficient it is. I'll just put all of my crops down. There's really no disadvantage in doing it that way. Alright, this is probably enough vegetables. Pretty soon I won't need to do foraging unless I want to, because we'll get enough out of the farm fields that this won't be a required activity. Although it is fun. I actually do like foraging in the game. Speaking of rice. Three more. So come sun up, my plan is to, because it is 4 in the morning. My plan is to go forage for grains, wild grains that then I can sow into the farm fields, because I really don't want to put, I want to be growing grain efficiently in the new plots. So that's what I envision as the morning task once I get some sunlight. Cheers. So we have enough shiitake for another batch, which is nice. Same with reishi. Oh, is it just the vegetable soup, not stew? Shoot. Yeah, I see. Okay, that's not a valid... Alright, that's fine. So the first one I'll do is soup. Apparently it doesn't accommodate stews. So we have fish and fish. And, smoked red meat? Yeah, I'll use the smoked red meat. Why not? I can always smoke more food. It's not a big deal. Some of this fish is looking oh, no, actually... not valid. Whatever, I'll cook this. Game's fighting me hard. What's valid and what isn't. Oh, what the heck? Didn't mean to put a fence like right in front of my face. Yeah, I could head to the other high fert soil. The thing I was planning on leaving the other high fertility soil for Terra Preta once I had more rot. Because I have like... you know, because I don't really have need of I'll put it this way. I'm nearing the scope of expanding the farm. Where I don't feel like I need to expand out farther. So this size will feed me. More will be really good for mechanical power, but like you don't need more than this for just like your own sustenance, I would say. Let's see if we have more bees. Not yet? Oh my goodness. I'm actually surprised. I really would have thought they would have swarmed by now. Come on, finish. I'm hungry. Oh, this is not filling stuff. I suppose soups just aren't as filling. So, we just took 4 servings. 5 servings. 4.5 servings. We shoveled it in. Gross. Given that there's only one serving left, I'll just leave it on the table for later. It's not going to spoil before I eat it. Alright, it is daytime. Let's go ahead and forage for seeds. Forage for grain seeds and fertilize. But I'll work on the fertilizing later. Now, the other grain seeds they have available to me, let's look. I'm not sure I've put all of my seeds away. So we have soy, which is not a grain, pineapple and pumpkin. And I'm just checking all my boxes to make sure that I'm not like overlooking something that I should know about. I don't think I have any seeds down here. No. Okay. But in terms of the seeds that you could put in, so flax is pretty heat tolerant up to 40. Spelt is heat tolerant up to 40. Rice is very heat tolerant up to 46. Rye is not heat tolerant at all, so I'm not going to bother with rye seeds because it's just going to get wilted or die. No point at all. And then amaranth is quite heat tolerant up to 42. So ideally rice because it is the most satiety, but flax is great for mechanical power for linens. And I wouldn't mind getting clothing myself because the rate of my own personal dehydration is based upon my gear, and my clothing is all totally worn out. Basically, I'm functionally naked right now. And as a result, I'm not very well protected from from the elements. What was the Control-Alt-4? What was the hotkey for the auto map marker? M? I need to look this up. Because at this point, I have a lot of storage space in my base, so I don't need to be leaving wild seeds out there anymore. What is the hotkey? Control-Shift-M. I'm never going to remember that. So fruit trees are fine. Edible mushrooms are fine. Oh, wild crops are... Okay, they're already disabled. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.